back with December Daily of 2017, day 12. And I have one photo for today, and it is a black and white because it was a pretty grainy, not very good photo. Plus, it had lots of colors, and I wanted to kind of mute out that and just have a black and white photo. So I changed that on the settings on my computer. And then I have this card here, A Time for Peace. And I thought that would be a good quote or saying for the time that we were spending watching some movies. So with this particular day, we are watching Return of the Jedi, and I don't believe my daughter had ever seen this before. So we were sitting on the couch together. My daughter was eating a smoothie. She was kind of sitting on my lap because I was back behind her, and then my husband was over here watching the movie. And it was really nice to watch the movie together. We don't typically do this very often. A lot of times we are doing other things. I'm doing housework or watching something on the computer. My daughter is, playing on her iPad or iPhone or iPod. And then my husband's usually in the living room watching some kind of news or something like that. So it's really nice when we get together as a family and just kind of hang out. And I have a feeling that that is going to be fewer and far between. She's getting a little bit older, and as she gets older, she's going to be having other things to do and getting a lot more independent. So I want to be able to cherish those moments as I can. So that's what this page is basically about. I think what I'm going to be using is this number 12. This is from the Target Dollar Spot sheet of numbers. And this page is going to be relatively simple, I think. I don't need to do a whole lot of stuff on it. I'm basically going to use this whole card here and type up my journaling. So what I basically did was measure this spot out, and then I made a text box for this and a text box for the 4x6, and I measured it out and get on my computer in basically a Word application. I think it's Word Pages because I have a Mac. And I typed up my journaling, and I just kind of finagled with the placement until I got it so that it fits really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and print that up on this card here in just a second, and I'll be right back so I can show you what that looks like. All right, guys, I am back, and let me tell you, for being a simple page, this was anything but simple. So what happened was I printed my journaling on this card, and as you can see, it's overlapping. I had a border on the card originally, and when everything was measured up, I put it on there, and then when I removed the border, because I didn't want to print a little bit on the edge, and the border was just there to help me place the card down on the paper. And so when I removed the border, it changed everything of where the font was. So it ended up doing this and going over it. And I kept telling myself, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to live with it. I'm going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I just couldn't. So I don't have the digital kit. So what I decided to do was attempt to make a card that looks very similar to this. Now, it did not come out the exact same way, and I'm not as happy with it as if I did this correctly. Not to mention everything that could go wrong did. My printer jammed, then I ran out of ink, and then it wasn't printing clean, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, this is what I ended up coming up with. So it's not perfect. As you can see, the colors aren't quite the same. It's a little bit grayer than I would hope for. So I'm trying to decide now if I'm going to go with this card here or if I'm going to stick with this one. And as much as I want to use this because I really like the color, I just think I like the type on this better. And I think maybe what I can do is pretty it up a bit by maybe putting on some embellishments that kind of make it a little more exciting. So I am so bummed that this did not work as I expected it. But, what are you going to do? You have to go with what you have. So I don't know. I need to find something that I can kind of put in this part here. And I was kind of looking around at some of my embellishments, and I don't know. I need to decide on something. I have these diamond shapes, but that doesn't look right there. Maybe, let's see, what are the ones I have? I have this star one. That one's cute, but then that's awfully boring. Let's see, what's this one look like? I don't think I like that. I feel like I need something. No. All right, I did use these diamonds on a page already, but I'm really struggling with these. The shape is just weird. I've gotten these in kits before, the diamond pattern, and I don't know, I just struggle with that particular shape. So I wonder what about a silver, maybe a silver embossed snowflake? That might look kind of nice. And I wonder if I can mimic that on this other side of the page with another one. Let's see. I have another one that has just the, apparently I do have that. I think the other day I thought I only had the tinsel silver, and I actually have the other silver. I must have forgotten that I had that. So let's see, what does that look like? I also have these words. I wonder if I have one. I have Mary. Oh, I have love. That might be good. Let's see here. Wonder if that might look cute. And then if I have another one, maybe I have a small one that I could use. I don't know if I have any small ones that are on vellum. I have some small ones that are on the cardstock. Let me see if I have any small vellum ones. I could always make one too. That one actually is small. Let's see. It might kind of be fun to have the different scallopy edge on it. Let's see if I can make this work. Maybe if I put up just a little higher. You know what? I might be able to do that. And then I might do some stitching around the edge. I don't know. There's kind of, it's awfully close to the edge over here. I could play with it a little bit more and move it over, but I am pretty much done with this card. I don't feel like doing any more with it. Maybe I'll just do some, you know what? I might have a silver pen. Let me see if I have a silver pen in my stash here. This might work. I'm going to use this card. I know it's not quite the same, but I'm going to use this as a test. Actually, that might look nice. All right, so let me glue these pieces down, and then I'll be right back. And I think I will go ahead and do the silver around the edge of this card. All right, guys, I am back, and I glued everything down. I'm just going to trim this last little piece off here. And then I was kind of looking to see, I feel like this is a little bit blank here on the top, or on the top card. So I trimmed this piece off of this one actually, and I was thinking about nesting that right here and then putting this word joyful right there. I've had these from Tim Holtz, and I've been struggling trying to use them. I really love them, but I just haven't been able to find a page that they worked with. So I think I'm actually going to use them on this one, and I'm going to just use this offcut here and put that down here, kind of overlapping them. And then I just need to figure out the best thing to glue this down with. Now, I don't really like the fact that it has that hole in it, and that's, I think, why I was struggling with it so much. I'm wondering if I tie a bow. Let's see. I think I'll end up putting that down with a glue dot. I think that might be the best way to get that down. It's got a bit of an indent in the back. I'll show you guys that. So it's got this like little edge, but I think the glue dot, it's really thin, so I think the glue dot will be okay. So let me see. Instead of actually touching it or tying it on the circle, I'm going to try a tie a bow here, and then I will kind of glue it on with the glue dot. So let's see if that works. I'm not the best at tying bows. And it needs to be pretty tiny so that it doesn't cover up more of the page. So today is New Year's Eve. I know this video is going to be going up much after New Year's Eve, but today we are getting ready to go to my parents. We typically spend New Year's with my parents. We're definitely not a bunch of partiers, and now that I have a daughter, it just makes sense to go to their house. Plus, it's just nice and easy. Me and my daughter end up spending the night, and then we have food and stuff like that, and we all stay up to midnight, you know, the normal stuff. And then we spend the night, and my husband usually comes home because we have the dogs and stuff. He comes home, and then we end up spending the breakfast, get him breakfast morning with them. And then my grandma is coming too, so my daughter gets to see her great grandma, which is always nice because she's getting older and older, and you know how that goes. So this year she turned 91, so we're really fortunate to have her over at the house for New Year's. And we actually have had her at the house for New Year's over the last couple of years, which has been really a lot of fun. So I'm glad that she's able to join us. And today, after I get done with this page, I'm going to run over to the grocery store and get some ingredients for a dip that I'm making. It's a spinach, bacon, cheesy dip. So I'm going to try that out. I've never made it before. I found it on Facebook. That's how I pretty much make everything, either a recipe from Facebook or Pinterest. I am definitely not a cook. But I don't mind making dips and desserts. That's probably my favorite thing. Dips, probably because I absolutely love dip. That's probably, if I could have that as a food group, I would totally make dip a food group because I love dip. Dip is the best. Dip and chips. I'm a salty person. You let me know in the comments below if you guys are salty people or if you are sweet people. It'd be fun to hear what you guys like best, if it's sweet or salty, but I'm definitely a salty person. My husband and daughter are definitely sweet people. They like their sweets. That's probably their favorite. So let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear more about you guys and what you guys enjoy. That worked perfect. I am so excited. I know this card is not exactly what I was hoping for in the beginning, but in the end, I think it turned out exactly how I wanted to see it. I do like the twine here, so I think that was a good touch. Just enough to cover up the hole, which I probably need to do that more often because I do like how that turned out. And I don't know, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just going to do some of the lines around the card. And then I think I'm going to call this card done. I'm going to be really careful over here because, like I said, my font is like right at the edge, but I still want to put that silver around. So I'm going to do that just real careful. And I'll just put it up around the edge, very close to the edge of all the sides. That way it looks like it's intentional. So I guess I'm going to pretty much leave it here. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Please let me know in the comments below if you want to continue seeing these videos. I know these are going to be up after the Christmas holiday, but I didn't have as much time as I was hoping for. We've been busy as a family. So I'm going to get most of these videos up after the holiday. So if you are enjoying the series, please let me know that by either clicking like, subscribing, or commenting below so I know to keep these videos coming. Otherwise, I'll go back to my project life and I won't record these if you guys are tired of Christmas. You might be by the time you guys are watching these. So let me know in the comments below just so I know kind of what you guys are looking for and what your expectations are. I would like that very much, and that kind of helps me know what you guys want to watch because I want to make sure I am recording what you guys want to watch. So that's it. I really think I like how this turned out. It took me way longer than I had expected, which is unfortunate, but I am glad it turned out well. And I guess that's pretty much it for my day 12. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.